Good evening, salutations, my B&B fans. It's episodes like this that I wish that it was an hour long. Because we all know that everything's going to go down in tomorrow's episode. So, this episode was just very little to nothing happened. Now, after Eric told Quinn to stop the wedding, practically be with the man that you want to be with, you're in love with him, stop it before it's too late, you know, she does like two last looks at him, look back, and then she's off. And then hilarity ensues. Because she tries, she's at the ballet part, no one's there. She tries to pick the lock because apparently that works in movies. Okay. So after that failed, somehow she was able to sit there and get a bike. So she's riding a bike, and out of nowhere, here's the thing. I get it. She's riding through a beach, and people are playing volleyball. But I'm like, what are the chances that it just boop, knocks her on that? So she falls, she gets back up, and she's going through all this craziness to try to get to the wedding. Um, One of the things that I did kind of find funny was when the guy asked for a name because she wants to like, yo, who's who I charged this to? Charged it to Eric Forster. Okay, apparently getting the big diamond wasn't enough. Um, which is something that still pisses me off about. But anyway, long story short, she gets to the wedding before they say I do. Now, Donna comes back in and she wants to make sure that everything is over, that we can really be together. And Erica's like, yeah, it's over. It's pretty much been over for a long time. The minute that they had their affair, he knew in some ways that she fell in love with him, and that was not going to go away. Um, which is sad because it's one of those things where it's like their marriage has been over since that affair. Since that affair, their marriage has been over. Now I know there's a lot of people that don't like Eric and it's like, oh, you go Quinn, and even that little comment that I was not there reading on the site that I was watching, B&B on, when somebody was like, well, she deserves that big diamond ring, and I was like, for what? Seriously, for what? What did she do to deserve? Like even Eric was like, and so you shall have it. I'm like, why? Why? What did she do to actually deserve that ring? She was the one that actually stepped out on their marriage first. Okay? And granted, Eric does play a part because not only did he cheat on her, but he didn't really do much to try to make the marriage work. I mean, at first he thought it was because of problems downstairs, but with Donna, he found that all systems was go. So he could have really worked on his marriage as far as his intimacy was concerned. It's not like he wasn't, going a couple of rounds with Donna when the whole heart monitor thing was going on. So it wasn't like that wasn't working. He just never bothered to put any effort into his marriage moving forward. Now, granted, he had reasons why, but I'm like, bro, at that point, you're just wasting both you and her time. Um. So anyway, she gets to the wedding before they get to sit there and say I do. Now, throughout this wedding, I wouldn't sit there and say things drag out, but I feel like things drag out to a point of it being convenient for Quinn to get there just at the right time to sit there and stop this wedding. nothing really majorly happens at the wedding. Hope speaks. Ridge, Ridge says a message with a double meaning as far as, you two deserve to be with somebody that truly loves you and not settle. And of course, Carter's like, yeah, that's cool, that's cool. Well, and I just want to thank you. You knew me for a really long time, and yeah, let's just kind of get this thing, let's just get this thing going. Now, the whole time that I guess, I forgot that security guard's name. It's not they reading off the Bible or something. Carter's literally, he's still thinking about Quinn, and I'm like, and even here's the thing, even his vows wasn't really fit for her. It was just fit for him, really. Oh, you have a way, something like, oh well, you're getting me to that point, and you're helping me get there, or something like that. The way he was sitting there saying his vows, you can tell was not intended for her. Like nothing in that vows when he was sitting there speaking really spoke to her. It really just spoke to him as far as moving on and moving forward and having a future and settling down, and that was it. But those vows was not intended for her, and you never really felt like it was for her. And Paris is just so, well, stupid, to be honest, that she clearly can't see that the man that so-called loves you is writing vows that pretty much anyone can say. I mean, that it could be for anyone. Um, Now, Grace, I mean, for the most part, she really doesn't say anything, which is honestly surprising because this chick had a hell of a lot to say before. Hell, up until the point where she was disrespecting this man in his own place. Yeah, disrespecting him in his own place. But she just stood there. I mean, she just sat there looking angry and, her usual resting bitch face. I generally don't curse, but I felt like that was more than appropriate. Um, Other than that, it doesn't really go too much of anywhere. I'm not gonna lie. I almost kind of feel like this review is as short as what's her name? Jessica, I guess that's her name. Because not really a lot else happened. And again, I said this in the beginning, but I'll sit there and say it again. This is the reason why this show needs to be an hour long. Because this episode didn't really do too much of anything. It was suspense for Quinn to go from Eric's place to stop the wedding. And she got there. Everything else that happened in between really didn't mean much. You know? It really didn't mean much. Honestly, to tell you the truth, when I was sitting there doing my notes, I was like, I'm not going to sit there and bother to write these names. I mean, we all know who were there. It's the same people from yesterday. It was Zende. It was Dalibel. It was Grace, Hope, Ridge, and, well, I think that's pretty much about it. Anyway, I feel like that's pretty much about it. So with that being said, I'm going to go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe. I feel like there's more. Well, I feel like I should say more, but there's not really much else to say about this episode. It was literally nothing. Just an in-between episode. This is one of those episodes where it's like, I would watch this episode and then watch that episode right after. Like, I would sit there and sit on this episode into tomorrow and then just watch both of the episodes because, to be honest, nothing really happens in this episode. Not really. I mean, besides, Quinn out of nowhere getting hit by a volleyball, which was kind of funny. Other than that, it was just like, eh. So yeah, with that being said, I'm going to go. Thank you for watching. Be safe, and I'll see you in the next video.